For all of human history, it has been our one constant companion, a silent guardian in the darkness, a source of myth, wonder, and light. We take its presence for granted, but have you ever stopped to ask what would happen if, in an instant, it was just gone? Let's explore the terrifying, scientific reality of what if the moon disappeared. The moment it vanishes, nothing would seem to change for about 1.3 seconds. That's how long it takes for light and gravity to travel from the moon to us. Then, the brightest object in our night sky would blink out of existence, plunging the world into a profound and unfamiliar darkness, lit only by the distant stars. But that's just the beginning. The first and most violent effect would be on our oceans. While the sun's gravity also influences the tides, the moon is the primary driver. Without its gravitational pull, the massive tidal bulges on opposite sides of the Earth would suddenly be released. This wouldn't stop the tides, it would create chaos. The water would slosh back, triggering a series of gargantuan tsunamis that would scour coastlines across the entire planet. The familiar, gentle rhythm of the ocean would be gone, replaced by unpredictable, destructive waves for days, possibly weeks, destroying coastal cities and ecosystems. But the real apocalypse would happen in slow motion. The most important job the moon has is acting as Earth's stabilizer. Our planet is tilted on its axis at a gentle 23.5 degrees. This tilt, kept stable by the moon's gravity, is the reason we have predictable, life-giving seasons. Answering the question of what if the moon disappeared means understanding what happens when we lose that stability. Without the moon, Earth would begin to wobble violently on its axis. Over time, this wobble, called a precession, would become extreme. The North Pole wouldn't always point towards Polaris. The tilt could swing wildly from nearly 0 to over 45 degrees. The consequences would be catastrophic. Our seasons, the bedrock of agriculture and civilization, would vanish. A place could experience a decade of scorching, uninhabitable summer, followed by a sudden plunge into a frozen, glacial winter. Life as we know it cannot adapt to such violent climate swings. And there's more. The moon's gravity actively slows down Earth's rotation. Without it, our planet would begin to spin faster. A day would no longer be 24 hours long. It would shrink to perhaps 12, then 8, then maybe even 6 hours long. This rapid spin would create constant, planet-scouring winds, far more powerful than any hurricane we've ever seen. The aftermath is grim. The initial tsunamis would wipe out the coasts. The chaotic seasons and extreme weather would make growing food impossible. The shorter days and violent winds would make the surface of the planet hostile to almost all forms of life. Nocturnal animals that evolved to hunt by moonlight would be lost in the darkness, leading to a total collapse of entire ecosystems. So, the answer to what if the moon disappeared is simple. Eventually, so would we? It is not just a rock in our sky. It's the anchor that makes Earth a calm, stable, and habitable world. It is the silent guardian that allowed complex life to evolve in the first place. Without it, our planet would become a chaotic and unrecognizable version of itself, hostile to the very life it once nurtured. What consequence of the moon's disappearance do you find the most terrifying? The planet-scouring tsunamis, the wild, unpredictable seasons, or the 1,000-mile-per-hour winds? Let me know in the comments. And if you're fascinated by the cosmic forces that shape our very existence, hit that like button and subscribe to Awakening Curiosity.